Good afternoon from Naples. We are trying to start with the second case. Before, I would like to introduce our team because it's changed the procedure. Our echocardiographer, Dr. Carol Iacono, and the team of nurses, Patrizia Sannino, Pasquale Montella. Sorry. We will start with the second case that Giampiero will introduce.
Can I have the slide?
Sorry.
Okay, the slide, please. Okay, it's a case of a 7 years old. The next one, 7 years old male, weighing about 25 kilograms. The next. Okay. With an occasional diagnosis of intraradial septal defect. At the echo, we had a multiple intraradial septal defect, the major one in antero-superior position, with a diameter of about 11-12 millimeter, and a couple of interradial shunt in inferior position, with a compressive shunt of about 8 millimeter. The next one, please. Here we can see the transthoracic echo with the major shunt in anterosuperior position. The next one, please. And with this image, we can see the aneurysm in the inferior position with multiple shunt in the inferior position. So, okay, the next one. Our intended procedure is to close this multiple interradial septal defect with the Amplatzer septal occluder. Okay, now we can show you the echo picture. The transesophageal echo. Okay, here we can see the anterosuperior atrial septal defect with an aneurysm. It's about 10 millimeter at the transesophageal echo. And there is also a pattern foramen ovale. And again, a shunt in inferior position near the AV valve. That seems to be a mild shunt. And then we will see that with the balloon we are very near to this shunt. So we hope to be able to close with the prosthesis, also this shunt. And when we put the balloon, we use a Boston balloon, not the AGA balloon. We saw also the multiple interradial shunt in inferior position. We can see 3 shunt with a compressive measure of about 8 millimeter. That we can see here. And so we crossed, we can see the floor now. We crossed the defect with the big balloon, the Boston balloon in the anterosuperior position, and we can see the guide wire in inferior position. And we performed also a sizing of the inferior shunt that is less than 10 millimeter. So our intended procedure is to put, and the sizing of the major one is about 19-12 millimeter. So our intended procedure is to put a 12 millimeter Amplatzer septal occluder in the major one, and a 20 millimeter, sorry, in the major one, and a 7 millimeter Amplatzer septal occluder in the inferior position. What do you think about this?
Very good. Please go ahead. Do you think that this would be amenable to a single device closure as opposed to 2 devices? This is a fenestrated ASD. Would you use a fenestrated ASO device?
We normally use, in this situation, Do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. We normally use in this situation two different devices because when we put a balloon inside the major one, we weren't able to close also the other ones. And in our opinion, it's better to use a standard ASO unplatzer device, even in the smallest one holes, in order to stretch the hole and to compress the other one that are in the near position. So we decided to use two different devices for the two groups of holes.
Right.
And two standard
My
devices.
question is, do you think that these defects are amenable to use, instead of a regular ASO device, to use the fenestrated device?
No.
That one single device could cover both defects?
I don't think, because the position of the different group of the holes are very different inside the septum, because part of the holes are in the lower part that has a different angulation from the anterior superior part of the septum. So for experience, we are not able to close with one single device. And the device to use in this situation to close the anterior superior device should be at least 35 or 40 millimeter multifenestrated device, because the stretched balloon is around 20. So I don't think that a multifenestrated device would be able to close all the holes. It's possible to use the multifenestrated device in the posterior inferior part of the septum to close that three different small holes, but in our experience we found more useful to use a standard ASO device instead of the multifenestrated one. So we
All right, go ahead, because we need to move.
Our
Our
plan is to put the small device as a first in the posterior inferior part of the septum, and then to put the other one, leaving the small device still attached. We put
I am Gennaro. What is the length of the septum?
I think it's possible to accommodate both devices. The length of the septum,
Quant'è la
the
lunghezza
total
totale?
length, la lunghezza totale is about 35 millimeter, but you have to realize that the antero superior part of the bigger device cross over the aorta, so you have not to calculate this part of the device in the complex length of the devices. The QPQS of this complex device, atrial septal defect, is around 1.4. Now we are trying to go ahead with the small device.
Carol, andiamo
This
con
is
quello
So are you
inferiore.
planning, technique-wise, are you planning to deploy those devices in a sequential
Yes,
manner
in a
or simultaneously?
No, in a sequential manner, but with both devices still attached to the delivery cable, in order to retrieve them and reposition if we are not confident with the final position.
We can see the echo now.
Yes, but we can see the echo, but the position of this this device is quite out of the echocardiographic window. Metti a 40 gradi, Carol, 45. We're arriving with the second device.
Yeah, we can see the first device in position. And
Okay.
now we are implanting the second one. Carol, vai un po' più anteriore superiore.
Mi fai
Ok,
piantare
ok.
il secondo?
No, prolapse.
This second device is prolapsing.
Ok.
Still, it seems in good position. The other one is on a very different plane. As you can see by echo and by fluoro, still by fluoro. So we have to try to to check if the position is good, if it's stable in position
Carol, tira su un po' la sonda.
before.
Ok.
Are in very different position because the septum is very
Do you
aneurysmatic
think
and
that this
floppy.
device is somewhat too large for this defect?
No, I don't think.
Echo?
Let's check by echo. Carol, vai giù.
With the color.
45.
Sei a 120,
Sì. Vedi di prima quello a 45. 45 gradi.
Ok.
Let's check if the stability of the first one. We try to retrieve, push and pull maneuver, and it seems stable. The other one, I try to retrieve and to push, and it doesn't.
Move.
It seems not very aligned with the first one.
Lo stai recuperando.
So I would like to change the position. No.
Ecco, ecco.
No. I have to retrieve the bigger one. Otherwise, I'm not able to.
Sì, sì.
Oh, there is a
Ok.
cobra shape
Fluoro.
of the. Okay, we reopen the device and put it again inside the septum. Okay. It seems better positioned. Metti a 45. Okay.
You know, the first device looks pretty good, but I think this second device maybe is slightly too large for that defect.
I don't think
Ecco,
so.
ecco now. Secondo me il secondo è tralassato. È andato via.
Dici?
Sì, sì.
Now it looks better now.
Yeah.
Yes, but the second one
Collapsed.
didn't stay in position. So probably the second one is we need to put a bigger device.
Inside. It may be. Now
because
we have to try again to probe the first one, I think. Because it's not possible
Do
to...
you think that the first one was not allowing to position the second one? Was one pushing against the other?
Yes, I think we have to reprobe the first, the small one, and to reposition a second device. It may be larger than this one.
Carol, can we see the inferior shunt now with only the big device inside? We would check the inferior shunt with the major device inside in order to realize how much shunt we have.
Yeah. Good.
Però alzi un poco la scala di questo.
Okay, this is an intra-prothesis shunt.
È chiuso. No, è chiuso.
Okay. Now we are looking for the inferior shunt.
Let's see the other one. Posterior inferior one.
Here we doesn't seem to have an important residual shunt in inferior position. What do you think?
You don't see well the inferior shunt.
Let's see the shunt, residual shunt in that area. It seems there is no shunt at all in the posterior inferior part of the septum. So we can decide to put just a one device. It seemed very, very far from the balloon during the occlusion, but it may be that the slightly larger device occluded, compressed all the holes, even in the lower part of the septum.
Can
What's
we see
your
at
opinion?
19 degrees?
What's your opinion about it?
I
90
think
gradi.
that that larger device, when you had the other device in place, was not allowed to expand properly, and that's why it looks so large. Once the other one came off, this device now is fully expanded correctly and is probably compressing onto the other hole. So I think one single device, it looks so far, I have not seen any clear shunt now.
So, do you agree about leaving just one device inside?
Okay, let's pose the question to the audience. How many would leave one single device and call it a day for this case? About 25% of the audience. How many would consider putting a second device on the original? Only 5%. So I think that the consensus of those who voted is mostly to leave one single device in.
Okay, let's check the stability and the position of the device, and then we will leave it with the just right position. Però prova a vedere un attimo.
45.
45. Solid. Seems a good position. We try to retrieve, to push, and it seems stable. Okay, we will leave it.
Fluoro now. Okay, we
Okay.
lift. Echo now, please. Okay. With the color?
This is just a tiny shunt inside. Let's check the septum in different parts. I think you were right. Let's check the other
Dino.
part. It seems good, don't you?
Yeah, it looks very good, yes.
Yes. That's very good. Pino, is it possible to have an angiography, in a final angiography?
Okay.
Contrasto a mano. È una lure lock da 30.
This is in fluoro, please. Fluoro. This is in left anterior, 30 degree left and 20 degree.
Can you pull the T probe up?
Tira
Tira
sulla
sulla
sonda.
Up,
Okay,
not down,
perfect.
up.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It seems there is no
okay.
shunt
Yeah, it's
in
okay.
the level phase.
Probably.
It's very trivial, and I think it's this patient had what needs to get better. So, congratulations. That was a very nice case.
Thank you. Bye-bye.